I didn't think we would be doing this right now. I did not believe that we would be having an emergency Dubinsky right now. Let me talk a little bit, and I'm going to give the floor to the Bayern people. Let me just talk. Let me speak. El speaker, let me speak. Bayern Munich are known as one of the most well-run organizations in the world. They are known as total uber professionals. So when I saw this, I thought my mind was playing trick with me. I was like, no, this ain't a thing that Bayern do. Bayern wouldn't sack a manager who is right in the midst of a title race with a huge game against the guys that he's battling with next week. And you wouldn't do this while you're about to play a Man City, because what scares me about this, I hope I'm not sure, hence why I want to hear what other guys have to say, but what scares me, what really has me worried is, are they trying to make history repeat itself? Are they looking at the Tuchel, seeing how good the Tuchel is in the UCL, and believe that the Tuchel is the right man to now dethrone Pep? Because if Bayern are doing it, I can swear to you right now, it is going to backfire. You hiring Tuchel solely because you think he has a better chance of saying what's up at the UCL is crazy. May I remind you, the only people who've scored a G against Nagelsmann's Bayern Munich is the Victoria's Secret top model. That's it. No one else. Those are the only goals that they've conceded. They kept a clean sheet against Neymar, Mbappe, and Leo Messi. This is the facts. They kept a clean sheet against Barcelona. They kept a clean sheet against Inter Milan. I'm so what, because this has so many repercussions. How do Chelsea fans feel? What do Chelsea fans say? I'll go deeper. Quidditch. Because we now have another manager who's available. Kenny. Don't talk yet, Kenny, but Kenny, let me just tell you something. If this bomb gets sacked, Nagelsmann be risky, I may be cool with Nagelsmann. I might just be cool with Nagelsmann. But Kenny easy, we'll get there. But as of right now, this is baffling. This is wild. And that's why I'm so glad that we've got Puya, Samasi, and Ko just to give us some insight into what is happening. But in my opinion, this is a bad move. This is the wrong move. This feels like somebody has been angered. This might be linked into somebody pissed off Salihamidzic, someone pissed off, someone may have even pissed off your boy. This dude may be even pissed off by somebody. But I just feel that Tuchel coming in here right now, specifically before the UCL, I don't know, bro.
Core has won.
Core is a strange bird. Okay.
I'm not gonna shout out to Core. He has been saying for a long time.
Okay, yes, thank you.
They received the DMs.
Let me hold on. So guys, remember, guys, this is Managerial Hangout. So guys, remember, like that vid, subscribe if you're new, subscribe if you like it, and guys, if there's anything you want to send it, please send in those super chats. I will get your super chats in your Dubinskis. Those dollars and super chats. Thank you for sending them in. I will try and get them in. Puya, what the bloody fudge has happened?
HH, you said Brazo got pissed off, Kahn got pissed off. I'll tell you what happened. Today, on this day, we have learned Brazo and Kahn are two bunch of pussies. They got scared. They got scared of Man City. And so to do that, they put everything on Nagelsmann. I will get into the specifics, but this is disgusting. HH, they're cowards. To not even call the guy, to not even have a meeting with him, to sack him while he's in the mountains with his girlfriend?
Yeah, the girlfriend let them know that Nagelsmann
What?
was sacked.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's crazy.
These losers.
She works for Bild.
Today is the day you've been exposed as a bunch of pussies. You sacked him behind your back. He's 34 years old. You guys are legends at Bayern, and you can't tell him to his face, a lifelong Bayern fan manager, that you're sacked. You pussies. You pussies.
Whoa.
No, I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
Oliver
sorry.
Kahn out there.
No. Put your
Be
cook. Put your
careful,
cook. Yes, shush. Let him cook.
I have to say this. So many times there might be a problem with this Bayern board. We're maybe not being run as well as we think. Because how can we split, rather sourly with Lewandowski? How can we suddenly sack the goalkeeping coach with Neuer earlier this season? How come we couldn't resolve things with Flick? There's something brewing that I don't like with Kahn and Brazo and these guys, and I don't like it. Now, besides that, we'll get into all the nitty-gritty. I'm sure you want to get to Samasi core and all that. BVB core.
No. But I mean, I want to get to this, but yeah, let's do the whole macro thing. So, was this done specifically for the UCL? Was that one of the main reasons?
I mean, apparently they were afraid of losing the treble. Like, the treble is a big goal for the squad this season, but no one knows. No one really knows right now. Everyone who saw this news, probably besides Core, the only person on this planet, Core, everyone else was shocked. Rival fans are shocked in the Bundesliga by this. Every Bayern fan is shocked by this. We don't know. There's a bunch of conspiracies. People are saying Nagelsmann's girlfriend was the person who leaked the tactics to Leverkusen last week. They're saying a whole bunch of things. No one knows. We won't know until probably tomorrow. We'll get more information. So I literally have no idea. Yeah.
All right. So, Smasi, thoughts on this, man? Your raw reaction to this news, Smasi. All right. Let me come to. I don't want to come to. Okay. Let me come to VK Bayern, then we'll go to.
Whoa! There's another Bayern fan here.
Yeah,
Hey.
VK Bayern. VK Bayern.
Can you hear me, Achut?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. Go for it.
Cool. So firstly, the thing that I want to talk about is the speed of it all. Because some media outlets, they're currently telling us that Thomas Tuchel has already been in Munich for the past week. Since 1 week, he's been in Munich. And, in the last 1 hour, Nagelsmann was sacked. And then exactly 1 minute later, you see Fabrizio reporting that Thomas Tuchel had agreed all the contract details and every single thing. So this would suggest something else as well, because Bild has also reported that Bayern was interested in Tuchel since 2018, and this was the time when Niko Kovac was at Bayern, and he lost, and then Hansi Flick was there, and all that. So I'll come into that, but I'd just like to focus on the speed of it all, bro.
All right, Core.
Yeah, what's up, AJ?
The ceiling. Give me a damn reaction to the whole thing, man.
Okay, so I'm best friends with Simon Kufuor. I'll tell you how it all happened. I'm best friends with Simon Kufuor. I was in the stadium with Simon Kufuor in the Ghana game, and I talked to him, and he's best friends with Oliver Kahn and Brazo. And I told him that, bro, this guy, we got to get rid of him. We're in jeopardy of losing the Bundesliga. We're in jeopardy of losing the Champions League. So he gave Oliver Kahn, he gave Brazo a call, and bam, that's how you saw the news. HH, I'm not surprised. I've been saying this time in, time out. I won this victory. I won this battle against all the Bayern fans who said, "What the fuck?"
So Core, you're telling me that with what Bayern have done so far in the UCL, sacking him now at this stage of the season for Tuchel is the right move?
For me, in my opinion, I think so, HH, because I'm not confident with Nagelsmann going up against Pep. I'm really not confident. And one thing is that I strongly do say that if we spend a lot of money on these players that we bought in the summer, we spend a lot of money on these players, and yet again, they cannot perform under Nagelsmann, and Nagelsmann can't get the best out of them, then we have to get rid of him, HH. It's a waste of time. HH is similar to you with Potter. If Chelsea has
whoa.
I'm here. Core.
How dare you compare what Chelsea are dealing with? Kenny, can you come here? Kenny, how dare you compare what we're dealing with
That's
with
too far.
Nagelsmann?
You guys
Let me tell you
in
something.
Are
the
you sick?
quarterfinal of the Champions League. Come on.
Are you sick?
Let me tell you something, bro. So
Shut your goddamn ass up.
okay. Well, anyways, but yeah, I really thought Tuchel should have gotten the job earlier. It should have happened even after we drew against Dortmund. And yeah, it was only a matter of time. I'm so happy, HH, that we have a new coach now, and Musiala and Upamecano won't see a single minute. I'm telling you this right now.
You see what I mean? You see what is this?
Yeah.
Yo, what do you have against the brothers, man? What's this? What's this agenda, man?
Okay. So let me hear from Samantha your thoughts on this and on what has happened and so forth. Your thoughts.
First of all, fuck the sport. I'm so mad. This is so embarrassing. Who sacks a manager in the international league? It's just 10 weeks. 10 weeks and the season is over. You can't wait. What is Tuchel? Tuchel is not going to win the Bundesliga or the UCL with these players. First of all, Nagelsmann has just lost 3 games when you sack him. He has won every game in the UCL when you sack him. It doesn't make sense. This is the most idiotic decision the board has ever made. I cannot. Kahn and Brazzo has some explaining to. I want to know why they sacked him, and then I want to know when the decision was made. And Thomas Tuchel, if I saw that Thomas Tuchel wants to bring this man to Bayern Munich,
No.
I was on suicide. I am on suicide.
As long as someone takes him off our hands, I'm Gucci, man. I'm Gucci. Wait, okay.
It's just embarrassing. The timing is just so bad. If you want to do this, you're gonna do it after the World Cup and have at least half the season to play. And have time. And Tuchel has time to implement his game plan.
Implement.
That's the word. Yeah. So the board. They did it with Hansi Flick, and now they did it with Nagelsmann. We have become Chelsea 2.0. Rinse and sack, rinse and repeat, sack, rinse and repeat.
Yes, yeah. I mean, talk to me. As Sebastian just said, they've won all their games in the UCL. This has to be something personal because it makes no. I think someone even said it on the street. Someone said on the streets, it can't be performance related. There's got to be something deeper.
I disagree with that a little bit because I think there's a bigger picture. I think that people might not. You got to look at it as a bigger picture. Here's the issue. Bayern Munich is Bayern Munich. I'm sorry, but Bayern Munich is one of the few clubs I believe that it's very hard to be a manager at Bayern Munich. It is. So Bayern Munich sacking Nagelsmann for Tuchel, as crazy as it might seem.
Wait, so is that harder to be a manager at Bayern or harder to be a manager at Real Madrid?
I mean, it's in terms of like
it ain't similar, bro. The hardest job is Real Madrid. That's a tough pressure. Either that or Bram era Chelsea. Those are the two hardest jobs.
Real Madrid is tougher, but then still, Bayern Munich is the Real Madrid of the Bundesliga. Let's be real. They're the biggest club in Germany. So here's the thing, HH. I think this has been coming for a while. I really
now. So you're not shocked that it happens now at this point.
Hear me out. I do believe that Oliver Kahn and the board has panicked. I believe that the Bayer Leverkusen result really pushed the panic button. I really believe that. I genuinely believe that. The fact that they play Borussia Dortmund right after the international break, I believe they panicked. I genuinely believe that. Here's the thing, HH. The reality is, and when it comes down to it, you're in a Bundesliga battle. I don't know how, Bayern Munich was winning the title for 10 years in a row. Somehow, they end up being in a Bundesliga battle with Borussia Dortmund. That's crazy, but that's just the reality. They're in a situation where they're playing against Manchester City. If Bayern Munich fans, correct me if I'm wrong, are they still in the DFK Poker?
Yeah.
They are. They play Freiburg back to back.
Okay, so I think what the reality is okay. If Nagelsmann doesn't win the Champions League, he doesn't win the Bundesliga, you will end up having to sack him in the summer. Is that correct, HH, right?
Yeah, okay, naturally. So, now that makes sense.
Okay.
Why does sacking him now make sense?
Well, hold up. The reality is, HH is like, okay, you sack him, but in the summer, you might be in a situation where you're competing against Real Madrid as well as PSG for managers. And let's be honest, when it comes down to German managers, especially a good league German managers, the best destination for in terms of German is Bayern Munich. So when it comes down to Thomas Tuchel, it was more about Thomas Tuchel than it was about Nagelsmann. The availability of Thomas Tuchel, because the reality is, the guy at PSG is going to get sacked. That's for sure. Shout out to Julian Nagelsmann.
But yes, sir, don't you see? Wait, hold on. Yes, sir, don't you see how?
Hold on, let me land, guys. Stop being too emotional, guys. Let me land. I'm fasting. It's Ramadan. I really don't have a lot of energy. Just let me land. Thomas Tuchel is also scouted by Real Madrid. There's Ancelotti yesterday reports came out that Brazil, there's a high chance that Ancelotti might actually go to Brazil. There's a high chance that Tuchel might end up being the coach of Real Madrid. And I think that is why they panicked and they said, you know what? We might not win the Bundesliga. We might not win the Champions League. Let's get in Thomas Tuchel now, because he would have been a preferred candidate in the summer anyways. So that's what they did. And that's why I believe they made this decision. That's just my honest opinion.
No. Yes, you see, that's fair. But my thing is, it's the whole thing of the long game. You have to look at Nagelsmann's age and what getting Nagelsmann was about. You have to understand that this is the first time. So Bayern, they've had Pizarro, they've had Luca Toni, they've had Mario Gomez, they've had Lewandowski, they've had Mandzukic. This is the first time that they've not had a truly recognized striker. They never really replaced Lewandowski with a striker. So since I've been watching Bayern, it's the first time they've not really had like a truly recognized number 9 striker. Choupo-Moting doesn't count. I don't count that guy as a football player. So my thing though is, with what they've had, not really replacing the goals and thingy of Lewandowski, and the fact of they're still in a title race. So the title is lost it. If they beat Dortmund, they now have a gap between them and Dortmund, and they have the best record in the UCL. So there is no basis. So my thing though is, even if you wanted Tuchel, what Nagelsmann has done, given his age and thinking about the long term, it makes no sense. And here is the thing. This is what Bayern will say. Okay, let's see if this UCL gamble can pay off. Tuchel isn't that great a league manager. Tuchel is great in the cups. See, Tuchel is similar to like Carlo Ancelotti. Tuchel is a master tactician in the cups. Master. League-wise, he ain't that great. So let's see how he does in the league.
I know about that. He's won he's done very well in leagues. Maybe not Chelsea, but in the rest
Kenny,
of that.
If you mention Uber Eats, I'll throw you out. If you mention Uber Eats and Tuchel, I'll throw you out.
Even for Dortmund, I think he pushed like them to that.
I don't want to hear the push. Did he win it? Did he win it?
No, but that's true. Like Yassi said, it's clearly the long game. I think that they've never been convinced by Nagelsmann.
They haven't, yeah.
Let me just quickly go around.
Then why buy him for 30 million? We have to now.
Wait, hold up. Sebastian, hold up. Let me just come through. Everybody, just give you a very quick reactions, and then I'll go to your dub. Just very quick reaction for everybody. 1 minute, quick reaction. Oz, 1 minute, quick reactions to this news. Oz.
I just don't get. HH, you know something happened when you're sacking the manager and announcing him at the exact same time. You know there's something. There's a problem.
That's there. A good point. That's a great point.
So I'm seeing reports saying, "Oh, there's nothing going on." Guys, the players just found out 3 seconds ago.
Cancelo just found out. No player knew.
There's no news in the camps, the Bayern camps, of even a possibility of Nagelsmann getting sacked. And now all of a sudden, it's even crazier that Tuchel even accepted this, coming from a Dortmund background. So I'm just like, what are Bayern trying to accomplish? Because they're favorites to win Champions League, in my opinion. They're favorites to win the title. Like, where is this decision coming from? It makes no sense. That's my 2 cents. I'm just like, what is going on?
Mike, talk to me. Quick reaction, Mike.
No, I'm not giving a quick reaction. This is Bayern Munich. This is Hollywood FC. Are you kidding me? They just paid $25 million for Julian Nagelsmann a couple of years ago, and they're going to sack him for $15 million. So you just wasted $40 million if you're Bayern Munich on a manager you never truly believed in. This is horrific from the board.
Yeah.
Oliver Kahn, a Bayern legend. What on earth are you doing, Bayern? Come on. Look, I understand he hasn't been the greatest manager. Core actually gets a dub for once. Shout out to Core. He's outside now of the top 3 in the Brick Door Academy. He is, because the Brick Door of the year was 1, Yassir, 2, HH, 3, Core. PSG Delta has now moved up to the top 3 because Core has picked up a huge dub. Now for the future, if any of the fans want their manager to be sacked, just send them a bunch of DMs. Because clearly it works. Because that's what Core did. And I understand Julian Nagelsmann, right? He hasn't been the greatest tactically. He's moved a lot of formations tactically, pressing, sitting back. I'm sorry. The only squad he's conceded to in the Champions League has been Victoria's Secret. Against PSG, great masterclass by him. Great against Barcelona. Great against Inter. And you're going to sack him because you're scared of losing the Bundesliga. You're scared of losing the DFB Pokal. The Champions League, it's always going to be tough against Man City if you're Bayern Munich. But come on, 10 weeks to go in the season. It's going to be cheaper to sack him in the summer. Wait till then. But if I'm Julian Nagelsmann, I'm like, hey, I get a payday and I might go to Spurs. And then he can build up with Spurs.
No. But Mike, though, do you buy Yas's explanation as to maybe they were worried that if they wait until the summer, Real would already pick him up already in the summer before them?
I can understand that they kind of had a panic attack and thought, oh my God, Tuchel will go to Real Madrid. But Bayern, you've invested so much into this manager. You've gotten him Cancelo, De Ligt, Upamecano. You got him Gravenberch. You got him Masrui. You got him Sadio Mane. You've backed him so much. And then this. And then you're just you're gonna sack him for nothing, really. They've only lost 3 games in the Bundesliga this season. I don't know, but hey, if Thomas Tuchel can win them the Champions League and win them the Bundesliga, this is gonna look like an absolute massive by them.
What can you say?
But Mike, it doesn't tend to happen that way. Like if Tuchel, he comes in and he does like his 2016 Zidane and he wins them the UCL and so forth, because they won that happen, it almost won't happen because that just seems a bit too cheesy and too crazy. And it's almost as if because you did it that way, you're sort of fighting against the footballing faith. Because, bro, it's a very cheap, crass way of trying to go about, hey, Tuchel beaten before. Yeah, let's just bring in Tuchel, especially with this band place. I'm sure he can do better. It doesn't tend to happen that way, bro.
Might be screwed, though. Imagine playing against Tuchel. Potter versus Tuchel.
Oh my God! If that is the semi-final, Chelsea versus Bayern.
Yes. We have to first go through Real Madrid. Okay, so J2S, real quick, raw reaction to this, man. J2S. Shake. All right, let me quickly hit these Dubinskis, man. All right, hold on. Gatlock, talk to me real quick. Your quick reaction to this. Quick reaction.
I find this incredibly stupid. I don't get this, man.
Very stupid.
I'm still trying to contemplate this stuff, man, because it's like, you really think Tuchel's league record is trash. So if you expect him to help you win the Bundesliga, it makes no sense. In the Champions League, he has a chance, but the thing is, with this, because what was Tuchel's problem in PSG? Many of the players didn't listen to him. I don't know if his style of football, because his style of football worked with Chelsea because all of them had to galvanize behind him after Lampard sacking. These players with their ego and the board, and you want to go and hire a guy who has the history of getting into disputes with the board. Like, what this is, they're going to start.
Yeah, are you sure Tuchel is going to play ball and so forth? I mean, if you look at how Tuchel left PSG, how Tuchel left Chelsea, there's a pattern. So are you sure Tuchel is going to play ball?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point.
Dortmund sacked him, so it's like I just don't get it, man. And And I heard there was a guy saying that his league record. He came third once in the Bundesliga, so his league record ain't that great, bro. Um, I just don't see how this works. Maybe in the cup he cannot, but let's listen. If they don't win the Champions League this year or next year, this will look like an L because
it's a gamble.
I don't understand this sacking because I understand the whole is more about Tuchel than sacking Nagelsmann, but you're making it sound like Tuchel is such a prize. Like, don't get me wrong, he is a very talented manager, but the thing is, this could go either or. Okay, for Bayern and Chelsea are completely different. For Zidane was in Real Madrid before he became their manager after the guy Benitez got sacked. So
That's crazy.
Tuchel just come in. So I don't know how this is going. I don't think this will probably work. I don't think it's work out. They may even beat. I can see them still beating City because it's Tuchel versus Pep. But if Real Madrid gets past Chelsea, I I don't want them to win it again. I really don't. That's why I was rooting for Bayern this year. I don't want them to win it again.
Wait,
no, but that, like
let me just quickly say this. His first 6 games are Dortmund at home. You have to win it. If you dare lose to Dortmund at home, that's going to even be more embarrassing.
Oh, wow.
They got Freiburg back-to-back. Then it's Man City. Hoffenheim, they'll obliterate, and then it's Man City. Those first 6 games are make or break your season. You can be out of all competition.
Those are big games, yeah. All right, AK, real quick, I'm coming to Kenny.
Crazy.
Yeah, AK, real quick thoughts. Real quick.
Well, firstly, to Nagelsmann, a message, please come to Marseille. Secondly, I don't understand it. He's been Nagelsmann, as much as people want to say they're second in the league. I attribute that more to Dortmund having really good form in the Bundesliga than Bayern actually not, hitting their heights. I think he's doing well in the Champions League, well in the cups. Like, I don't understand it. Unless they thought that Tuchel was that good of a manager that they couldn't possibly let up on him and they couldn't possibly let him go somewhere else. They had to get him. That's the only way I can see this happening. So we have to wait and see whether it's a good decision or not based on the results in the league and the Champions League.
Nagelsmann, stay away from Chelsea, please. Please stay away.
Kenny, talk to me real quick. Quick reaction to this one. Well, Kenny, those Tuchel, how do you say Tuchel sexuals or Tuchels or stuff? The fanboys, they're gonna be unhappy.
Crazy HH.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Nagelsmann a bit later, but on Tuchel, for me, it's like, yes, obviously right now is high risk, high reward right now. It's a crazy time because right now is the international break. It's not even going to have to be, I don't know, it's not even 1 week before facing Dortmund, and then it's crazy, right? Yeah, it's a bit crazy. But, like Yasser said, I think they said Tottenham was trying to offer,
Spurs?
like they were trying to contact him already.
Bro, man. If Spurs get it, that'll be, nah.
So I think that's why, and then, like they said, Bayern has been wanting him for since 5 years now. So I'm like, they probably saw Tottenham is contacting him. Real Madrid is going to be coming. So they was like, yo, we've been wanting this guy right now. We don't. They probably don't trust fully Nagelsmann. So they were like, yo, Tuchel is there. All right, let's go for him. I think that obviously that was the opportunity, and they saw. And I think that this season it might backfire. Yeah, they might. I think they will still win the Bundesliga, but yeah, they might not win the Champions League. But in the long run, I do think that it can benefit them on Tuchel. And then on Nagelsmann, we'll speak on Nagelsmann a bit.
Oh no! So shout out to your boy Tapua, man. Thank you for the dog, Tapua. Core is popping bottles. But jokes aside, Bayern are basically building a long-term project in the short-term pursuit of the UCL. It's a workout for. But see, this is not what Bayern do. But see. Yeah. If this was Bram era, makes sense. If this is Perez, it makes sense. This is so anti-Bayern. Bayern are long-term merchants. There's a reason why people say, Bayern, these are the most professional club where they're all about long-term. They don't give you high wages. They're like the anti kind of modern big club, kind of a club. So it's really, put it this way, it ends short-term. The fact that Tuchel was hired it's similar to Potter and Chelsea. The fact that Tuchel was hired so quickly, they earmarked him for weeks. For 4 weeks, they wanted Tuchel already. It was just like, okay, when is the right time to tackle Nagelsmann? And then here's the thing, though. If they wanted Tuchel for such a long time, then this is the next best time to sack Nagelsmann. The best time is obviously in the summer. If not in the summer, it's now, international break.
But it just shows you. It just proves that Nagelsmann's job was very, very much under threat. That if he would have lost a tie to PSG,
I didn't think it was under threat to this degree, bro.
But couldn't they have just pre-announced him for the summer? Couldn't they have just pre-announced him for the summer?
Do you know?
That's what I was thinking.
No, Gatlock. When I saw the message, I was like, okay, it's a pre-announcement. But I was like, well, hang on. Why would you have a pre-announcement while Nagelsmann is still in charge? That makes no sense. But I just thought, okay, it's a pre-announcement, but pre-announcement, really?
But
okay, whatever.
Really,
no, it can be.
Sorry, put here.
I mean, in the last decade, we're not really actually long-term manager club. I mean, Heinkes, when he won the Champions League, wasn't there for a while, maybe like 2 seasons. Pep, 3 seasons. Ancelotti, 1.5 seasons. Heinkes took over for that season. Kovac, 1.5 seasons. Flick, 1.5 seasons. And now, literally 1.5 seasons, Nagelsmann. So there's a shift. It's more like the ethics of the sacking. Like, Ancelotti being sacked was justified. Kovac being sacked is justified. Hansi Flick was mutual term leaving. But this, I don't think it was justified.
All right, Real Madrid 14 sales. This is going to backfire. Too little. How much time? I just feel it's going to backfire because I just feel bad karma is bad karma. But putting karma aside, how much time did Tuchel have when he took over from Lampard and so forth?
Zero.
Tuchel had to come in.
Yeah,
like,
but that was
boom,
different.
Zero.
Yeah, but he had more time for the Champions League.
January,
Yeah, he came in. He had more time for the Champions League.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think he would. We played 5 games before. He had the couple
Bayern
games.
have because
He had
when
a
is
couple
it?
games.
It's
in 3 weeks, I think.
It's in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, 11th
It's in
of
April. At least he came in. That's crazy. You only have like what 2 months, 1 month. Like this is crazy. Took us way more time at Chelsea.
Detroit's Rock City. No other Bayern coach has been backed like Nagelsmann. Wow.
Agreed.
Wow.
No, look, they bought him all these players, and he's behind Dortmund in the Bundesliga.
They bought him all these
players. But the season is not over,
It's not over. Wait, Mike. You say he's behind. Wait, so, Mike, let me get this straight. So, at no point should he be behind Dortmund. At no point.
No, because you know why?
Because Mike, if he beats them next weekend, they're ahead. With a gap.
You do realize that Bayern were at 1 point 9 points
7 draws is crazy.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, Mike. Was it Mike?
No, because Bayern were 9 points ahead of Dortmund at 1 point this season.
Mike, it's a 30. Is it 32? It's a 32 game season.
34.
Sorry, 34. It's a 34 game season. It hasn't ended yet. And the fact is, here's the thing. This will still be wrong, but if Dortmund beat them and they sacked him, I still think that's wrong, but it would make more sense than sacking him now. Yeah. If they sacked him after Dortmund beat them next weekend, I'd be like, that's still wild, bro, because it doesn't go to the season. But it would make more sense to sack him if Dortmund beat them than sack him now before you did freaking with Dortmund. Because if, let's say, he beats Dortmund now, you're back on top with a gap.
This is crazy, though.
I think it's too cool. I think it's too cool. I think it's too.
Yeah,
I think it's just too cool, man. I think they saw Tuchel and then it was like, yo.
Wait, hold on. So Elijah says, Core. Wait, guys, do you actually think Core actually swung?
He sent the DMs, man.
It's a plus on my cloud.
He was in the DMs.
You know what this proves? You know what this proves?
What does it prove?
It proves that Core. I'm sorry, this is your permanent club now. Since they listen to you and they're friends, this is your permanent. Let's be honest.
Wait, how long is Core supporting Bayern?
Wait. Hold on. I said, the other side of it is that they could end up not winning Bundesliga and not winning the CL and burn a long-term plan along the way, a la Juventus, when Juve went into a let's win a UCL mode bidding. Now, here's the thing. Let's say this all goes well. They win Bundesliga, they win the UCL. Masterstroke, quality. What if this doesn't go well? Is Tuchel really your long-term guy that you wanted? Because in Nagelsmann, it makes sense. He's young. He's part of this modern wave of managers. This is how he wants to try to redefine and reinvent Bayern Munich with this young, very dynamic manager. So, now, I don't know what the answer is. So, Kahn and Salihamidzic, is Tuchel your long-term? Because, I'm sorry, there is no chance in hell that I believe that they're doing this because they want to now just win the UCL this season. That's stupid. That's completely dumb. Oh, let's just win the treble and we feel Tuchel could win the treble. That is stupid. It has to be a case of you believe in Tuchel for the long term. Is Tuchel really the right man for Bayern in the long term? I don't know. Hence why, I always said that Tuchel to Real Madrid makes sense. Because Tuchel, all right, he may give you, like he used to maybe give you league 2-3 years, he's out. Is Tuchel a 4, 5, 6 year dude? I don't know. Money Mace. Tuchel's 2 matches, CFC UCL total in 3 years. What the heck? Wait, I don't understand. What is
There's a picture there, but you know he cannot make this picture big, right?
I can't even see the picture. Oh my god. Okay, what? Okay. Abrisfer, shut up. I agree with the sacking, but the Bayern board have a huge ego to take no accountability when things are bad. They force out Heinkes and flick. You see, that's crazy, bro. You see, do you know how crazy the Heinkes thing was? So they announced Pep while Heinkes was still in charge. And Heinkes goes ahead and wins the treble. And in those 3 years, Pep doesn't even reach a single UCL final.
That's the funniest thing.
That was wild.
And the funny thing is, I would have actually thought that Nagelsmann would actually do the treble himself.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Bupindo, Kovac was 9 points behind that. They didn't get sacked. Wow.
And that's the point. 2019, Bayern literally took over Dortmund towards the end of the season, around like round 32 or so. After they slapped them like 6-0. Kovac was wolf.
Look, man, it's wild, man. It's wild, man. So, Nemo Usman, I think this is good news for Liverpool fans.
No. They wouldn't.
What?
I don't know. You guys are not sacking Klopp, man.
No. That's what Klopp is standing now. He's not getting sacked. He's standing down.
This is a good news too. It's honestly, let's be honest.
Real Madrid.
Yeah, because of Vivell. Because Vivell used to the Leipzig connection. I think he's
an even older Nagelsmann with the way they play. I just don't understand how this will work.
I don't think so. I think Todd Boehly and Potter are related somehow, some way. I think he might be like.
Guys, Nagelsmann will go to Spurs.
Real Madrid.
He might.
If Nagelsmann goes, I mean, Nagelsmann. If you're listening, bro, I know you're listening to this emergency. Nagelsmann, don't go to those losers.
I'm gonna say this now.
Don't touch those losers, man.
Either Real Madrid or PSG. Those two. I can see.
PSG.
No, he's not going to Real Madrid. He's not going to Real Madrid.
Yeah,
Real Madrid are not.
Real Madrid take a chance on him.
It's like Wink every Ramadan, yes, because Christian too. Okay. Guys, can you talk in English, please? Can you talk in English? The hell? 14 UCLs. You mean to tell me Core has influence over Bayern? Apparently so.
Oh my god.
Shout out Hampus Mistress. Shout out to becoming a member. Hampus Mistress, man. Shout out, man.
Guys, I have to say that. The other day I was thinking, right? I remember when Core was a Dortmund fan, and he got so sick and tired of losing with Dortmund that he became a Bayern fan. And the moment he became a Bayern fan, they start winning the Champions League, and now we're in a situation where Borussia Dortmund might actually win the Bundesliga over Bayern Munich.
The guy's a curse.
Remember, he was Milan core before.
Yeah, he's becoming you know, this all started because of corner taking quickly. Suvik, so Bayern's tactics were recently revealed. Why was someone leaking their tactics?
Yeah, tactics were revealed.
Oh wow!
We don't know who the mold is.
Miguel Rabines, man. I would not be opposed to Nagelsmann replacing Potter. He seems like the guy the new owners would go for, especially with Vivell as technical director. Kenny, would you take Nagelsmann as manager if Quidditch got sacked?
Of course, 100%. And especially he's a young guy as well. You can continue the kind of long-term project, and he's actually already worked with a guy that's at a club like Vivell. So yeah, it would make perfect sense.
Bro. I'm just Kenny. I'm just saying, man. Kenny. He's the best candidate right now out there. Quidditch. If you don't start rolling, man.
You bring Werner back. You bring Werner back.
If Nagelsmann goes to Chelsea and they win a UCL or a Premier League, I will be so mad.
Look, but it's happening. It's happening. Hold on. Hippo Zad. Karma for taking CR7. Tuchel versus Potter's UCL semi. Bro, who told you Potter's is beating Carlo? Who told you that? Wingers not performing, no striker. All right. Eric C. Aubameyang to Bayern?
No.
No, I think most likely to Barca. Most likely it's happening. Okay, so Puya.
No, because of Tuchel. You know, it's Tuchel striker.
Puya, let's talk specifics, man. What has really gone on? What has really gone on behind the scenes? Do you feel that has led to this? Like, something happened. He pissed off someone. This seems personal. What the hell happened, bro?
So, yes, out of all the time you've been on this show, the time you're fasted, you dropped the biggest knowledge bomb. I did not even think that. That is actually a genuine scenario that happened. What Yassir said, that they wanted to lock in Tuchel, and like that was like it's the most logical explanation I've heard of in the last 2 hours. So
yeah,
it's the fasting. It helps.
Yeah, the fasting helps, man. You should fast more, man.
But yeah, man, it's just I don't get it, dude. Because you see our form in the league. My main thing with the league is it's not the losses. I think we have 3 losses. It's the draws. You know why we have 7 draws right now, HH? Oh, because we got rid of a 35-goal plus a year striker in the Bundesliga and didn't replace him. That's true. Tell me, okay, we spent all this money on De Ligt and all that, cool. But the main thing we need to spend money on was a striker. Any striker. Anyone. But we didn't. We gave him all these other players, but I guarantee you, HH, if we have Lewandowski, we don't have 7 draws right now.
For sure.
We don't have 7 draws right now. We have like 6.7 point lead. I guarantee you. And that's my issue. Nagelsmann without Lewandowski was handicapped to begin with the season. HH, tell me where we would be in the table right now if Choupo-Moting didn't step up. Tell me where we would be if Musiala didn't step up as fast as he has this season, a 19-year-old. Where would we be? Where would our attack be? Gnabry's been ass. Sané a confidence player. Mané has been a bust. Tell me where we would be. I mean, Nagelsmann has been working wonders in the Champions League with the attack we have. You guys, Choupo-Moting, a Stoke reject. A Stoke reject, a PSG bench player is our striker, and we're currently the best form in the Champions League. Haven't conceded a goal except for Victoria Pilsen. I mean, I just really think this is totally unfair. I mean, Nagelsmann got all these players right, but I think not backing him, taking away 35 plus goals in the league alone, and not replacing that that's the reason we have 7 draws in the league right now. That's the reason, man.
Okay, but Tuchel, thoughts?
I've called him Tuchelaban in the past. Tuchel, you have the players here. You have no excuse to play that haram ball. You have the defenders. You have we don't have a recognized striker, but we still have the attackers. We still have Musiala and all these guys. I will not accept defensive dog shit. Okay, shore up the defense, but I will not accept watching you park the bus at our home. I will not accept that. This is not Niko Kovac. I'm not going through Niko Kovac again. And Tuchel, if I see you play Musiala out of position and all this, I'm booking a flight to Munich and I'm arriving at your house. I'll figure out where you live and I'll enforce discipline. I'll enforce discipline, Tuchel, if you do such things. And this is my biggest worry, HH, the biggest of all. I love Core, and this goes out to you. Core, you always post these weekly lineups. Half the team is like players from FC Bayern 2. Do you realize that this guy, Core, do you realize this guy has no trust in youth? This guy, anyone will tell you this guy doesn't put trust in youth, and we have players like Musiala. We have a pretty talented academy with decent players coming up. My biggest worry is the youth. I think Tuchel, if we give him this 3 weeks, I think he could succeed. I think I don't know if we win the Champions League. I don't know about all that. I think with Tuchel or Nagelsmann, we would have won the league, but because we don't lose to Dortmund at home, guys. I'm not expecting. If Nagelsmann was still manager, we would not lose to Dortmund at home. We don't do that. We usually crush them at home. So, I don't know, dude. I think this whole situation is messed up, and I think Nagelsmann. I think any club that's looking for a manager, Real Madrid, PSG, Spurs, anyone,
Chelsea.
They're Chelsea. If they
they're not looking for a manager, bro.
In a couple hours, Nagelsmann's gonna wake up. I wonder if Nagelsmann's still asleep. That's my thing. Does he know?
Wait, hold up. You think he doesn't know? He still doesn't know?
I don't know. He's in the mountains. Does he know? Who knows?
Yeah, he does. Maybe he doesn't have a cell reception.
I don't know. But come next week, Nagelsmann's getting phone calls from everyone to be manager, and that's my thing, dude. And this was the biggest. Also, another big thing. I'll let it go to someone else right now. I think a lot of Bayern fans, they had trouble accepting the long-term project. For me, I lowered my expectations because he's a 34-year-old coach. I understood that this is for the project. For me, the epitome of this project would have been Champions League 24-25 because the final is in Munich at the Allianz. For me, that's what this was building up to, for us to redeem ourselves. Redeem ourselves. Yeah, the finals in Munich in 2024-2025. This I think so. Yeah. I mean, it's been like 15 years or something. So this
No,
was.
what do you mean again? Last time was 2012, bro.
We're coming.
Yeah,
Wait, yo, there's other seasons in the world. Like, what's going on? Like,
yeah. So this is my thing. But a lot of Bayern fans didn't lower their expectations. So they don't accept these draws. They don't understand that Nagelsmann is a 34-year-old coach. Of course he's going to get things wrong, guys. Of course he's going to make decisions that seem obvious to us, but not obvious to him, because being a manager and being actually in the position is different from looking from the outside in when we're just at home with no pressure and typing on our phones. I understood this, but a lot of Bayern fans like Core, they didn't have the patience. I understand why, because we are Bayern. We demand success, but I feel like we should have stuck to a long-term project. And if this goes badly, Brazo and Kahn and Herbert Heiner are looking like clowns, 100%.
But Puya, I'm not gonna lie
They're
to you.
looking like clowns right now.
Puya, I'm not gonna lie to you. Ignore what Kenny says. Ignore what HH says. Thomas Tuchel is not a bad manager.
He's not.
In my opinion.
Wait, hold on. Yes,
I never said he was a bad manager.
Yes, we will call him a bad manager.
No, but I'm saying I believe Tuchel is an upgrade to Nagelsmann. The whole thing about he's not a good league manager, I think, is nonsense, because he was managing Mason Mount, Timo Werner, Ruben Loftus.
How about PSG?
And
How about PSG?
Didn't he fail to win the Liga once with PSG?
He won the league all times. He was at PSG.
Did he lose the Liga in PSG? I don't think he did.
No, he didn't.
Or he started where Pochettino finished, bro. He was behind when he got started.
He was losing that league. Okay, wait.
No, it was winning.
Let me come to
SK.
SK have to talk to me. SK, your thoughts on this? SK.
I mean, this is a crazy transition. HH. Like, honestly.
Wait, what's why? What? Quidditch is sacked? We had Nagelsmann? When did that happen, SK? When did that happen?
No, but seriously though, I think Bayern are now like in probably in my pick to win the UCL with this pick. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, SK, stop it. SK, stop it.
Like, no. I don't think it's like
SK. That's cheesy. SK, that's cheesy.
You like them takes.
No, I don't think they're like overwhelming fully favorites, but like if they were like 3 before, but I would definitely put them at 1 now. Especially because like Tuchel with actual like good players might be something scary to see when he doesn't have a midfielders that can't like pass the ball or like run up and down the field without like getting tired and stuff. But honestly, though, the real question I want to ask for you guys is, where do you guys probably already like spoke about this, but where do you think Nagelsmann is going to end up? Like what? Like I'm hearing Spurs. I
think Real Madrid, bro.
Yeah, I'm mute.
He's not going to know Real Madrid.
Because he's young, because he's so young and so forth, my fear is Tottenham. Because my fear is like they will try and just sort of bamboozle and coerce him, because
he's about to go from 34 to
SKFC, would you take him at Chelsea, yes or no?
Would I take him at Chelsea? My answer is going to be contingent on this. It's going to be contingent on 2 words that you don't like very much. Actually, 2 words you don't like at all. Actually.
Okay.
Long term. If he were to come to Chelsea, he would have to be like, it would have to be a long-term project. Like there's just no getting around it. And I know how you are, HH. I know you hate those words. You hate that phrase, but it is what it is. So
no, but SK, no. SK, the difference though is Nagelsmann. I don't think is this. Like, remember, Nagelsmann isn't coming from Brighton or Östersunds. Nagelsmann isn't getting his players to do a reinterpretation of Swan Lake by lying down on the ground with flowers around him and so forth. Nagelsmann isn't coming from telling guys booty shaking and so forth and so forth. That's not. Nagelsmann is coming from Bayern Munich.
Booty shaking.
SKFC, go to Twitter and look at what Potter was saying to Östersund's guys. The video is on Twitter. Yes, he says booty shaking. Yes, he said it. Yes. That's SK Kenny. That's your manager. That's your manager. That's your manager.
That's your manager, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it's not. It's your manager. So my thing though is that Nagelsmann is coming from Bayern, which is very different from coming from Brighton and Svenska Cupen. Okay, so those are different things.
One thing on him. People, Tuchel's this great tactician. you guys, Nagelsmann is young. He makes his mistakes, but this guy understands football and has a great understanding of tactics. My example, PSG game. The first leg, taking 10 minutes of what he saw from Mbappe, that 10 minutes, he formulated a plan for 90 minutes to completely nullify Mbappe.
Bro, he kept Mbappe and Messi quiet for 180 minutes. He shut them down.
He took that 10
He tactically shut them down. And you sacked that man?
That's how talented he is. He saw that 10 minutes Mbappe came on, and 2 weeks later, he created a plan to completely shut him out. He makes his mistakes, but dude, this guy he is a great tactician. He just has to learn more. That's the thing, and I guess they lost patience.
This guy took you.
Yeah, that's why as a long term, I would accept. I would back him. So that's why a long term. That's the type of guy you back.
I hate the long term thing. I hate it. But if you force to do long term and it's Nagelsmann, it makes sense. Because I'm like, bro, you have coached in the UCL. As Puya just said, I just saw what you did to Messi and Mbappe. I've seen what you've done with Bayern in the UCL. So you already have the UCL tactical experience, which is the highest of the tactical stuff. So at least you're coming with some weight. Why should I have long term with Sven Cooper? Why?
I'm not like him with Chelsea actually having good scouting networks now. I think would actually cook, to be honest. Because he's a manager that actually knows what he wants to do in terms of the style of play he wants to implement.
But SK, the issue you have here is, again, you guys need to understand the Americans, bro. Bro, I live in America. I watch American sports. I watch the NFL. I watch MLB. I watch.
We don't need backstory. Just get it.
There's some owners when they pick a manager or a coach. Americans, we use coach. They it's like a weird like this weird relationship where this is my guy and this is my guy. It is what it is. Todd Bowley, from my perspective, he loves Graham Potter. Graham Potter is his guy, and it's gonna take something monumental for him to get sacked.
See, what I want Most of the people on the board already like they wishy-washy with Potter, and the thing is that for me, you have actual people there that are working. You have the technical director and all that stuff, and the technical director we have right now worked with this guy before. So I'm like, obviously the way it's going right now, we're not playing well. And if he loses, we just drew against Everton. If he loses that quarterfinal in the Champions League, I won't be surprised. And you can still. And the thing is that if you sack him and then you get a Nagelsmann, you can still continue the long-term project that you started in the January. You don't have to change completely.
Be careful.
All I'm saying is,
if my man Graham Potter, if Potter ball somehow, some way touches, just sniffs that Champions League, then what can I say?
If he does,
credibility. That's all I'm saying, bro. Just be careful.
Wait, hold on.
If he does, he's untouchable.
No, Kenny and SK, we have. You know what? I'm just thinking about it right now. I think we need to get Nagelsmann right now. before Toto get him, Kenny, we need to get him. No, because let's get him now. I think it's all hands on deck right now. Todd, get him now.
I think we need to send the DMs.
Okay, cool. How do you send your DMs and so forth? How do you frame the wording and everything? And how many DMs do this be sent? Cool. Talk to us. How do you send these DMs? The guys in there. Mike, talk to me.
Okay, because now you guys are getting your hopes too high on Nagelsmann coming to the Chelsea. Let's get back to reality. Because in a couple weeks' time, it is Tuchel versus Pep. What are we saying about that?
That is crazy.
Mike, I dare Pep to lose to the Tuch. I dare this dude to lose the Tuch. I dare him. I dare this man to lose the Tuch.
I dare some overthinking coming up, bro. Guys, we're about to see it.
I think you know what? I think Pep may be having flashbacks of the UCL final now. Because he'd be like, oh, sugar, this is the guy that said what's up to me, man. So, but my thing, no, Mike, I dare Pep to lose to Tuchel again. Anything, I dare him
one guy.
Bayern have a good team, man.
Because if there's one guy that can overcome Pep, it is Tommy T. We have seen it.
He's done it before.
Did he do? He beat Man City, 3 times when he was
3 times,
6 months. Yeah, so I think now because let's not underestimate it. Bayern squad is very good. Maybe in the striker position they're lacking, but everywhere else they got Upamecano, I rate him. I know he's a bozo at times, but I still think he's a very good center back. They got amazing fullbacks. They got a great midfield. They got everything for Thomas Tuchel, and I think everybody's judging Thomas Tuchel by that Chelsea time. Look what he did with Dortmund. He played great attacking football. He can play attacking football. He just had to work with what Chelsea had, which was basically a bunch of bums forward, so you have to play defensive football. And it worked out. He got you guys a Champions League.
We need to put some more respect on... Yeah.
Go ahead, Kenny.
Yeah, we need to put some more respect on Choupo-Moting, man. He has more UCL goals than certain Brazilian legends in that. So, come on, man.
Oh my God. No,
come on,
so
Choupo-Moting has been in big games.
He's
been in big games.
Wait, hold on, Mike.
So I can imagine.
Wait, who are the Brazilian legends?
Wait, hold on, Mike. Let's Mike.
So
Mike.
Pep, he opened Twitter today because we know he's got a Twitter account. Let's not fool ourselves.
Mike, he looks at Twitter. This is a fact.
He looked at Twitter. He saw Fabrizio tweet it, and he probably dropped the phone and started scratching his bald head and thought, "What am I gonna do now?"
Wait, hold on. Imagine if, let's say, like his wife was just walks in, and then Pep is like.
No. You guys know how dramatic Pep is. He probably fell down to his knees and grabbed his head.
Yeah.
So now Pep is thinking, what the heck is Thomas Tuchel going to do with this squad?
Yes.
Because we don't know. We're going to obviously see sort of tactical idea against Dortmund, but up against Man City, he could just be defensive, or he could be like, you know what? I see some flaws in this Man City team. I can go at them. I don't know what to expect now. This is going to be so fascinating.
No, because Mike, do you know why? No, hold on. Do you know why I just think City will win? Because Mike, it's almost too obvious. It's
gonna backfire.
That's why it's too much like 1+1 = 2, because the reason why it seems so obvious is that Tuchel beat Pep with that Chelsea team. Now he has a much superior team. Instead of Mason Mount, you now have a freaking Joshua Kimmich up in that piece. You have way better weapons at your disposal. Yes, City now have Haaland, but Tuchel already with his tactical talents plus what Bayern have, bro. But Mike, it just seems too easy. And Mike, specifically because they did it for this, it's gonna backfire. That's how it happens.
AJ, you know what's crazy?
Wait, hold on, Mike. Okay, Mike.
There's going to be so much pressure on Thomas Tuchel to deliver now. At Chelsea, there was no pressure. It was just like, okay, you're in the job. You got 6 months, longer than that. You do what you can with this squad. Obviously, he won the Champions League, which was a crazy achievement. But now at Bayern, that board tell him you better win something. You better beat Man City in the Champions League. So let's see how Thomas Tuchel can deal with this pressure. At PSG, it is what it is.
No, bro. That game was already big. That game has now taken on a whole new level now. That City Bayern game has taken on a whole new level now.
I don't completely agree with that, because with Abramovich, there will always be pressure, bro. I mean, when
but that Chelsea squad, like they were trash, and Thomas Tuchel came into nobody expected him to win.
No. That's when Tuchel first came in. No, see, the season after when Tuchel first came in, there was no pressure. No, because of how messed up it was with what Lampard did.
How much do you buy Havertz for? How much do you buy Werner for?
Yeah, but Gatloff, the difference is at Bayern Munich, they probably told him you have to win the Champions League. At Chelsea, okay, Abramovich said, okay, yeah, you got to win the Champions League, but there's not going to be the same pressure as he's going to be under now with Bayern Munich, with 10 games to go in the 12 games to go in the Bundesliga.
And also, Gatlo, what's the difference here is when Lampard was sacked, 99% rejoiced apart from that clown Rory, whatever his name was. So most people were happy to see Lampard go. I feel that most Bayern fans are like, what the hell? Apart from core and a few minority, I think the majority of Bayern fans are like, okay, we're not happy. But I was like, this is weird. So my thing that for Tuchel, there is pressure, because if you don't win, guys will be like, yo, what the hell? Why would you? Because if he loses, people can always be like, man, what if Nagelsmann was there? He could have won. So they'll always do that.
You know what's crazy?
Wait, hold on. So okay, let me come to SK then. Yes, SK.
You know what's crazy about this? The two things I want to say about this Tuchel to Bayern thing. Like the first thing, the Tuchel Pep thing. What was crazy about the whole like Champions League thing when last time they played in the Champions League was, you know how like that month of May 2021 they played each other 3 times. And how Tuchel like beat him 3 times. I was watching those games. I was like, okay, like I feel like the bubble was gonna burst. Right, you beat him once. Then you beat him again. There's no way he can beat him a 3rd time when it counts the most, right? And he did. So that's one. And then 2, outside of his stint at which we already established as a weak Chelsea squad, Tuchel has a very good good track record when it comes to improving wingers, especially. Now you look at the likes of Ousmane Dembele, Neymar, like as I explained how he loved working under him. Same thing with Mbappe. Like, I have some good wingers, and Gnabry, Sane, Mane, like especially when they're on their day, like
Kingsley Coman.
No, but wait. What do you think the pro Tuchel Chelsea fans are thinking now?
I've already seen some Chelsea fans say Bayern's their second team now. So
yeah, there's some.
I saw like the when you see like the sign thing and it's like half like one team and then half like the other one. Like I already seen some of those like badges and
the
stuff.
half and half.
Yeah.
Oh, are you kidding me, man? Okay, wait, hold on. Let's take some doubles and I'll come to yes here. Let's see. Shout out to your boy Richard. He dropped points in 10 out of 25 games. What do you call unacceptable? He is a few points from first against that same team they're playing next weekend. He's only considered goals against Victoria after playing Inter, Barcelona, and PSG. What the hell is it about unacceptable? Give me a freaking break, man. Shout out to your boy Ogena Koge, man. Thank you for the Ogena Koge. Instead of hashtag love wins, it should be hashtag we're not shitting the hashtag. No, sorry, no, man. QC8. Your girlfriend reporting your. No, bro, that would be wild, bro. That would be wild.
Is his girlfriend a reporter?
Yeah, her girlfriend is a reporter of Bill.
For Bill, she's one of the reporters.
Yeah, she's a reporter.
Is she going to still be his girlfriend? Yeah, no, man, forget that.
Why not? No. She's just reporting the news. What the hell can she do? She's just laying the news.
Huge, bro.
No, I mean, basically, this is the case of like, don't hate, focus on the message, don't hate the messenger. I'm just giving you the freaking message. So, it's fair. Hassan Salihamidzic, the sporting director, is to blame. He's the reason why Flick left and didn't replace Lewandowski. Flick was against Alaba leaving. Samas, is this true?
Yes.
100%. It's true. Brazil has a lot of explaining to do. I'm so done with him at this moment. He was in a fight with Flick, and that's why we didn't continue with Flick. He was also He was also in decision to hire Nagelsmann. And now he sacks him, and we have to pay 65 million. We have to pay 65 million.
Shout out to Miguel Rabines. Hokage is absolutely spot on, and I'm guessing that's part of the reason why Tuchel was sacked. The new owners wanted to build this team with academy grads like Colwell and youngsters like Modric and Felix.
I just feel like people are so unfair to Tuchel. The situation with at Chelsea is different than the situation at Borussia Dortmund versus the situation at PSG. They're all different. So it's just like I feel like the Thomas Tuchel at Chelsea was different because Thomas Tuchel told Todd Bowley to like, bro, do one.
No. I mean, like, look,
hold on. No.
Because first of all, he didn't agree on the whole Cristiano thing. That's one thing. And I think, look, I think someone even said this ages ago. I'm coming in. Bowley wanted Tuchel to be sacked the moment he came in, but he just wanted the right excuse. Because when you come in, you want your guys. Yes, sir, you just said it to yourself. You want the coach. This is my coach. This is my guy. Tuchel, that's not Bowley's guy. That's from the previous regime. So I'm coming in, new regime, top to bottom. I want everything to be new. I can't come in and just sack Tuchel immediately because then that'll be a backlash. Best way to sack him, you lose to Dynamo Zagreb. Because at least that softens the blow. So yeah, some guys will be not happy, but it suffers the blow if you sack him after like a big loss. But yeah, 100%. He never wanted Tuchel.
You want to know? This guy is a businessman coming from LA. How the hell does he know who the freaking Brighton manager is? To know that's the guy he wants to hire.
Oh no! Well, it's no. There was people in his ears. It goes deep because it's this. This is what I really believe. I believe that, of course, it's guys in his ear and so forth. Don't underestimate that English aspect.
Yes,
that English aspect is key because it's a new exciting coach. He's English as well. Oh my gosh! Specifically, trying to now distance myself from the whole Ukraine Abramovich Putin thing. Hey, what better way to reinvent Chelsea than having it headed by the new, young, exciting English manager?
I'm just saying, it was Brighton. It was Brighton, man.
Tuchel about to build the okay. What's it called? Yes, yeah.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
yeah. What's your thoughts?
No, I just
man?
it's interesting because I said for a while now I don't think Pep is a very good Champions League manager. I think he's a phenomenal manager. I think he's an amazing manager. But when it comes down to the Champions League, he's not as good as he used to be. And he gets so with Tuchel I believe Tuchel is a very good Champions League manager. Tuchel took PSG to the first ever Champions League final. To PSG, that's crazy. And then, in my opinion, they had the better chances. If it wasn't for Neymar and Mbappe fluffing their lines, they would have won the Champions League. I guess, in my opinion, the best team of that year. Bayern Munich was head over heels over any team that season. So he took them to a final, and he won a Champions League with Chelsea, with Mason Mount, with Timo Werner, with
It was a miracle.
Kai Havertz.
It was a miracle. He said it was so.
With Mendy is not a goalkeeper anymore. What happened to Mendy?
Yes, relax. Yes, relax.
No. But what I'm saying is, I feel like people are in terms of the Champions League. Tuchel is that guy. Tuchel, if I'm not gonna lie to you, is if you really are, and my belief is they were scared that they're gonna lose against Bayern Munich. Man City. They really feared Man City and Pep. They did not believe for a second that Nagelsmann would take them over Manchester City and Pep, and they were terrified. So to hire Tuchel, I know it's going to be short time and everything, but if there's one manager in the world that would scratch his head, which could scratch his head, no head, and be so shaken up, will overthink about facing Thomas Tuchel with Bayern Munich is Pep Guardiola. He will self-destruct. That's what he does. That's legit what he does.
Okay, all right, okay, hold on. Okay, let's hear from some Bombas, man. Talk to me, man. As a band fan, man, your reaction to this, man.
Yo, long time no hear from, homie.
Long time, man. Talk to me, man. Big news, man.
Bro, I can't believe it. I just woke up like this. This is the craziest thing. But honestly, headline, it's the right move, man. It's the right move. It's just too much too soon for a guy that young. It was sketchy from the beginning, like the cloud of salaciousness in which Flick had to leave. He was pushed out of the club, won a treble, couldn't get the signings he wanted. They gave him some bums. He basically left on his own accord. The players didn't agree with it. And that's always a really bad foundation for a new guy coming in, no matter how talented a tactician or how charismatic he is. If the players don't agree with the sacking of the previous guy, you're always on the back foot from the get-go. So he came into a difficult situation, but nobody at Bayern performed to their highest level, not once, ever. And the real critical factor is even the players that came with him from Leipzig dipped in performance once they came to Bayern. Sabitzer is at Man United now, and he's actually playing decent football now. But when he was at Bayern, he really sucked, man. And also, there are some players at Bayern that you just can't F with. Like, you really, really need to walk on eggshells with these guys. One of them is Manuel Neuer. The other one is Thomas Müller. If you bench Thomas Müller and you don't get the results, you're asking for trouble. That's just how it's always been. And sacking Manuel Neuer's best friend, you better hope you win every game, trebles. Everything has to be flawless after you make a big move like that. Tuchel coming in, I'm down with it, man, because I just don't really see anyone that would fit better at this point. Controversial character, demands. He seems to be a really demanding guy. Seems to be hard to get along with based on the evidence. But I don't really care about that, man. He's there to win at the end of the day, and Bayern is a club that has to win. There's no options. Like, no one even congratulates you at Bayern for winning. It's just expected of you. So it's the right move. I wasn't confident that he would beat Pep in the Champions League. And the team has spent hella money, man.
But he says, you just never know. Like, look, of course it was going to be big, but look at his usual record. So look at how he fed against Barca, how he fed against Inter, how he fed against PSG, how he fed against Messi and Mbappe. He deserved at least to say, you've done pretty well. Let's not see you go up against Pep and Man City now. But here's the thing though. If Tuchel gets beat, and let's say he gets beat bad, you know what the narrative is going to be. Man, what if Nagelsmann was there? Because Tuchel came and just destroyed all Nagelsmann was building, and his Bayern have been one of the most consistent and best teams in the UCL. So if Tuchel doesn't win, you know what the narrative is going to be. I know what people are going to be saying. So there's actually massive pressure on Tuchel to win now against Pep.
I hear that, but he's done it before. For me, the results, put the results to one side. Yes, the group was very difficult. Yes, he came through with flying colors. Yes, he beat PSG home and away. All of those were done tactically. Nagelsmann seems to... Honestly, man, I'm not trying to knock the guy. Bro, he's younger than me. Like, his achievements...
and me, he's younger than me as well, yeah.
His achievements are pretty crazy, man.
I thought you were 19.
But...
Bumpers continuing.
Bro, the fact of the matter is, if the performances of these key players don't convince you, the future doesn't look bright. At some point, man, tactics will only take you so far. Like, there are some rad players in this team. The squad is actually stacked as hell. And some of the performances, I just can't explain. Like, how does this team lose to Leverkusen? And I don't mean like it was a bad beat or if some decisions didn't go our way. We were soundly beaten. Tactically, man for man, we just didn't turn up. And I don't understand why this is. He insists on some things that, you know how nothing in this life will frustrate you more than a stubborn manager. God, it's so frustrating, man. Leroy Sané is not an infield player. He just wears a number 10. That's it. It's just a number on his back. It doesn't mean he has to play in the hole. Leroy Sané is a wide player, specifically on the left. That's where he plays the best. Why do you keep trying to shoehorn these players to play these positions? How many attackers do you want on the field at the same time, bro? I know there's a lot of attackers at Bayern. They don't all have to play at the same time. Sadio Mane isn't firing. That was never going to be a replacement for Lewandowski. Also, why did Lewandowski suddenly just think, you know what, I need to leave here? I mean, it's not like he's a replaceable player. Don't you think you might have treated the situation with a bit more respect? And like, I know he's the type of player to throw his toys out the pram if he doesn't get like 50,000 chances per 90 minutes. But he's Lewandowski. He scored like 40 plus goals in a season. He broke a 50-year standing record. This is a player you need to accommodate. Some players need accommodation. If you don't accommodate, and suddenly in a big cloud of controversy, they leave to Barcelona, who at the moment are our underlings. It's...
All right, okay, sorry. Let me quickly come to. Let me come to Barry then, because I definitely want to hear Smoke's reaction as a City fan. So Barry, talk to me. Thoughts on this and everything, man. Good,
what's up?
Bad,
what's up?
What's up, man? Barry, what's up?
Yeah, I was very shocked, because it's less than 2 months left in the season, and you're making a big risk because you're facing the most unstoppable force in football right now in your boy, the Earl, and Man City. But and also you're competing in all of the trophies. I mean, there's only 1 point gap between you and Dortmund, and there's a big game coming up left. You're also competing in the German Cup, I think, and the Champions League. So if I was the board, I was like, okay, let's just finish the season now with Nagelsmann. Let's see how it finishes. If you see something positive out of the end of the season, keep him. But if it turns out badly, you got to get rid of him, because we know Bayern Munich, it's a dynasty in Germany, but they're big dogs in the Champions League. They're one of the most successful clubs alongside Real Madrid, AC Milan, or even Liverpool if you want to throw them in.
Yeah,
but
Barcelona, Manchester United.
Yeah, and also, but they're the big dogs in this competition alongside Real Madrid. But I mean, Tommy T,
I'm not mad at it because when I look at managers, if you tell me about tacticians, Tommy T stuck in my head first.
Yep.
You know, also Roger Schmidt, because I've seen Benfica play different play styles at times. But if I think about tacticians, it's Tommy T. And if I have to trust a manager to prepare for Man City in less than 14 days, it has to be him, you know. So it is a risky move though, because you're banking everything on this tie against Man City and also the Bundesliga, but Champions League is first. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen. That Dortmund game is going to be huge. I'm going to be watching it just to see how that 2-8 Bayern is going to look like.
So I'll come to you. Let me Smoke then AK. Let me just hit this door, and I want to hear from Smoke and then come to you, AK, man. So shout out to your boy Mayowa, man. Thank you for the dope, man. No one is talking about the fact that Tuchel didn't beat Pep in the games after the final. This is a very good point. That's a very good point. Because I think after the final, I think Pep actually beat him like twice, I think. Maybe Pep finally found out how to beat Tuchel. That is a very good point that, yes, Tuchel beat him, I think, three or four times, including the UCL final. Then afterwards, Pep began to beat him. Now, maybe Tuchel just hit a sweet spot in that season. Then after that season, because remember, after that season, everything just began to tank for Chelsea. But so that is a fair point. It's Bayern. Different players and different tools that he now has to that he didn't have at Chelsea. So let me come to Smoke. Talk to me, man. Smoke. Are you worried?
Nah, man. They took lives, eh? They took lives. This guy, I think he went to India, got the right recipe, about to come back to life and bomb another country. HH, the thing is this, right?
Yeah.
I see Bayern fans complaining about attackers in the midfield, right? In the next few seasons, Harvard and Blend might be your top goal scorers.
Who?
That's what you should be worried about, right? Now the thing is this: when the Tuchel beat Pep was tinkering around, playing with things. After the 3 defeats in a row, he just kept it to basics, and we outclassed. That's when we prevented Chelsea from having a touch in our box at the bridge. I still remember that game.
If you're counting on Lukaku to have a touch in your box, like, bro, nothing's gonna happen, man.
Yeah, look, that is wild, bro. That is wild, man.
Right. No. The thing is, we all know that Tuchel is not so good in leagues, right? So the only thing I can think of is the Champions League. Right.
But is it a smart move just to hire mainly for the Champions League?
But how dumb does it look if you lose? Like, because at the end of the day, for this to make sense, he has to win the tie at the end. Because if he loses, right, and in the league, I don't trust the two because of his. The thing is, you will be hard to beat, but you won't score as much as well. It will be hard for you to score. So expect a lot of draws. That's the thing with Tuchel, right? Defensively, you'll be sound, but attacking plays, he relies more on the players' individual brilliances. That's the thing.
That's very difficult to say.
What individual brilliance?
So hold on. So we just have a little bit much more. So shout out to the streets. Someone told me that he tweeted. So more on the FC Bayern situation. Understand Nagelsmann has not received any direct communication.
Wow. This club.
Wow.
German coach saw the information on the meet. Guys, how do you find out about your sacking on Twitter?
Actually, like, I'm not.
Wait, hold up. So club statements expected on Friday, but it was decided internally in the last 5 or 6 hours and 100% confirmed. That is classless, man.
That's trash.
That is classless, man. That's trash.
That's terrible.
That's trash.
Imagine the whole world finding out that you got sacked.
Wait, hold on. No, come on. This is wild. No, sorry.
Are you surprised though? Look, we see this at Man United. I think Louis van Gaal found out that he was getting sacked the moment he won the FA Cup. He didn't even celebrate the FA Cup.
But that's not the way you do business.
You can't operate like that, man.
Hold on. My point is, I believe.
That's Man United. That's how you do. But this is Bayern Munich.
Didn't you sack Chelsea the same way?
Hold. Yes.
Ancelotti, didn't he get sacked in the tunnel at Chelsea Football Club? I'm not gonna lie to you. We heard crazy things happen in big clubs. Sometimes some of this stuff happens at big clubs, bro. Like Chelsea sacked
Chelsea
Ancelotti
moves
at the
like
tunnel.
that now.
At the tunnel, he didn't even get to the locker. Road
I
Rod
just
came down and
Tuchel did
sacked
not
him.
even reach his office before he got realized he got sacked. Come on, man.
Nah, man, that's not the way.
That's trash, man.
That's not the way you do business, man.
Wait, so I mean, like, Puya, you hear that, man? What's your reaction to that?
I'm telling you, dude, that's just it's. I started the show off saying it's a pussy move. It's not like this guy's an Ancelotti. Are you? You can't call the 34-year-old. At least call him, and be like, yo, man, like at least get on Zoom or something. Like, come on, like they hop on the Zoom call. Like this is, and that's my thing. I love Bayern because of the culture at the club. This is not fit with that family Mia San Mia. This is not Mia San Mia, dude. This is not Mia San Mia. I don't like how that's my biggest thing. The ethics of this sacking and the way it's done is just so un-Bayern like. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Samasi, your thoughts on this, on how Bayern have handled this when it comes to bombast, Samasi?
It's embarrassing for a big club like Bayern Munich, not to call him, not to write him, not even.
Samasi, I think we lost you.
That's how Bayern operates.
Go ahead.
Just embarrassing.
Oh, she's back.
Okay.
Was it gone? I wanted to say it's just embarrassing for a club like Bayern to not even call him or write him. And if he said that he was sacked on Twitter. Really, shame on the whole world. And Brazo and Kahn, they are just not like our like Rummenigge and only Hoeneß. They were just better and had more class.
You know, that's actually a good point. Maybe it's just the change of leadership. I mean, bombast, you look at this. I mean, even if you feel this is the right move and so forth, the fact that the man you sacked still found out he got sacked on Twitter and didn't receive an official communication before it broke. Bombast, that's crazy.
Meh.
Hold on. Hold on.
Bombast.
I don't know, man. It's not that crazy to me. It was pretty crazy to me that a sextuple winning manager got pushed out of a club and they hired a 34-year-old. That whole aspect of it is not Mia San Mia. Bayern Munich is not a project club. It's not a club that buys young players and develops them. It's not a club that develops players and then sells them on. The whole thing, the whole direction has been wrong from the beginning, and this has been a long time coming in the end. I honestly don't give a damn whether they told him or not. I don't give a damn whether he's waiting by the phone for confirmation right now. This is football. It's a winning business. It's a results business. I'm sorry, but the performances were not there, and it doesn't really matter. Nothing matters in this sport unless the dressing room believe in what the manager is saying. That is the nucleus of this sport. If you lose the dressing room, you got to go, man. And given the money they've spent on him, given the fact that they've spent more money to bring Sabitzer and Upamecano in from Leipzig, given the fact that he's been backed more than any other Bayern manager I can remember, and the fact that the performances just aren't there, it's probably something that they've been thinking about for a while. And everyone has known that there was pressure on Nagelsmann this season. And there's been other things happening. There's been tactics that have been leaked from the dressing room. And when stuff like that happens, bro, you got to kind of feel that the players just don't want him there anymore. So how can you continue with a manager they don't want? I don't care. Okay. Ancelotti was sacked at Bayern as well.
I don't know. How can you see
Thomas
that ticket?
Tuchel was sacked on Christmas Eve, bro, by PSG, and he's been the most successful.
Wait. Let me come to AK. I'll come to you back to Pia. So AK, talk to me.
I mean, I think like over the past 3 to 4 years since Flick's second season, I feel like Bayern haven't been that well run. When we think about the aspect of Bayern, well-run club that doesn't spend beyond their means, club that knows what they're doing. I feel like they haven't been doing that since Flick's second season. I feel like it's everything. There's always been some sort of a story around them, and some sort of ruckus around them in the media ever since that time, which shows me that at that time they haven't been, the way that things are starting to go about is starting to go worse. And I think Nagelsmann, I think that he was struggling a bit, but you're buying into a long-term process by signing a 34-year-old in the first place. And that's where I agree with Bombas. If you're signing a 34-year-old, you're saying, I want to do a long-term process. So why are you signing a 34-year-old if you want trophies in the short term anyway? You can just wait until an experienced coach is fired. You can just wait until an experienced coach is fired and then go for that coach instead of, signing a 34-year-old. Secondly, I think on Tuchel, I think this can be a really good move. I think Tuchel as a manager, he's known for, at Tuchel at PSG especially, because he came into the PSG more than within like 2 days. PSG were playing a different style than they played before him. They were playing a different style. They were playing a 4-2-2-2 with Neymar in a free role with Di Maria, with Mbappe and Cavani. It was probably the best football I've seen PSG play in the Qatar era under Tuchel. So I think he can cook at Bayern because Bayern have good wingers. The wingers, I feel like right now they haven't been in a good headspace, but I think they have good ability wingers in Gnabry and Sane.
Okay.
Good attacking players.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Priya, talk spin a couple of you smoke. Priya.
I'm not sure that. I don't think. I mean, with Bombast's point, I don't think he's lost the dressing room personally. I mean, if you mean Mueller and Neuer, okay, maybe.
Yeah, you don't go against them.
Man, Mueller. As much as I love Mueller and Neuer, that dumbass went and broke his foot in half skiing. I don't know. Nagelsmann does not have to sit back and listen to Neuer's emotions if he goes and breaks his leg while skiing. And Mueller, I mean, I understand your point, Bombast, but at the same time, like with the whole benching Mueller thing and not getting the result, but at the same time, I feel like if he was constantly playing Mueller and we weren't getting results, then people would say, "Oh, he's too young. He's too scared to chat to the big players and all that." So I feel like Nagelsmann's just doing his best to undergo the whole situation, and I think you're right, Bombast, that we are.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Look, it's wild.
Sorry, can I ask a question after Smoke, please?
Yeah, sure.
Sorry if we have two.
Yeah, you're
good. But Bombast is right. We're not typically a club that builds around the youth academy, but that I understand that when Nagelsmann was signed, I lowered my expectations, and I was under assumption that okay, we're in for the long-term project. Bombast is fully right that when we signed Robin and Ribery, they weren't young players. I mean, they had some experience in Europe, and we developed from them from there and turned them into world-class players and etc. But yeah, I mean, I was under the assumption that we were in for the long-term project. That's why I was just so confused with, why are we so hasty to get trophies in the short term? Why are we being so critical? But I guess that wasn't the case. I guess Nagelsmann and the board didn't see eye to eye. I guess the perception with a lot of Bayern fans, with what was going on, what was actually going on, wasn't the same. So I think this is just, I don't know. Yeah.
So Barry, I wanted to ask a question, Barry.
Yeah. When you look at the Champions League, it's a competition where you got to build up, and the fact that Tuchel, even though it's Tuchel, great manager, great tactician, it's only 14 days, so you think that they might struggle when they get to that point because it's going to go quick and you're facing Man City. It's a difficult opponent. So do you think they might struggle since they don't have a lot of time to prepare? Tuchel got to know the players, how they move and so forth?
I mean, to be honest, so it's 11th of April, isn't it? So that's 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Okay. I mean, 3 weeks isn't short. It's not a lot of time, but it is just about
Yeah, it's tricky, huh?
3 weeks. So, honestly, it's not 3 weeks. It's 3 weeks against Pep and Man City.
Yeah, but you're talking like 3 weeks is going to be with the players. They're on international break.
No, but not all of them are on international break though, so you can still work with some players.
Yeah, I mean, it's look, Barry, it's tricky. Look, here's my thing though. If you're being real, as much as Pep will be like, I think City are like,
what? No.
Because City, because I think that's because because City against Nagelsmann is that they've done really well in the UCL under Nagelsmann. Now with Tuchel, for Tuchel, it could go either way. But I do feel that they're like, look, this could have. Let's see what they do against Dortmund. Let's do what they do against Freiburg. Because I think the key thing, we don't know what this will be. We don't know whether this is a new manager bounce or you've completely screwed up Bayern's season. Let's see what happens. If let's say they destroy Dortmund and it's a 5-star performance, then you're dealing with a new manager bounce is a very, very big thing. Because Chelsea won that UCL because of new manager bounce.
Wait, hold
on, smoke, then 8-7, smoke.
The thing is, right, the reason why Tuchel was perfect for Chelsea is because traditionally Chelsea they play defensive football. They've always been resolute defensively. Hence, a back seven was fine for most part of it, whereby traditionally Bayern play attacking football, right? And if you saw at PSG, players eventually got tired of Tuchel's tactics and stuff, right? Because they wanted to this free flowing. He wanted all this resolute. And the thing is, I think it's the move is kind of crazy because you have a lot of players who are traditionally attacking, even the fullbacks. Davies wants to bomb forward and whatnot. But when Tuchel will come in, he'll be like, no, you my left-sided center back on the wing, right? So it could be a recipe for disaster because the thing is, what if
so basically you're popping bottles. You're popping bottles because you're looking at that semi right now. Smoke, you're popping bottles.
I think it's more advantage for us because we come in better organized compared to Bayern. There'll be a lot of confused players because I expect Tuchel to play a back seven.
Yeah, but don't smoke. What's Pep's kryptonite?
Hey, just look at my AV.
He won't play back seven, bro. He won't.
If I can rebut for Don Smoke.
Wait, hold on, your bombast, go for your bombast. Yeah.
If I was Man City, I would be pretty apprehensive about this upcoming game. Tuchel played a style of football at Chelsea that I think Thomas Tuchel drew up the plans for Chelsea's formation on the plane on the way to Chelsea. I'm pretty sure he landed, and within an hour he was training at Chelsea at nighttime in the rain. But Chelsea's situation under Abramovich is different. You don't have time. You came in mid-season and no one gives a damn. There's no excuses at Chelsea. You have to hit the ground running. He saw the plays that he had on hand. And Chelsea was like a mishmash squad. There was like system players from 2 systems ago in that squad. So he came in and he put the best formation that he could think of in order to get 3 points right off the bat. And the best way he could do that was to stop conceding goals, make sure the team stays in the game for as long as possible, and hopefully the forwards would come up with a goal from somewhere. And to be honest, that's the smartest way to go about it. If you came in mid-season and started working on patterns of play and triangles, you're going to lose points. And that's one thing Graham Potter doesn't understand. You can't use official fixtures to work on your patterns of play, especially if you're if you come in mid-season. You got to win. If Bayern were to actually start playing a little more staunch, Bayern could stand to actually defend a little better, let's be real. And the fact that if we allow City to come onto us, Bayern isn't the same as Chelsea. We have attacking players.
Exactly.
Can you imagine Alphonso Davies, Leroy Sané, Sadio Mane,
on the counter?
Kingsley Coman? Bro, we could
that City Bayern game, I can't wait. Wait, hold on. Okay, so H7, before we go, H7, your thoughts on this, man, your reaction for this.
HH, I think Bayern done a great move, HH. A great move. They brought in a miracle worker.
Oh, you mean Nagelsmann? So you mean Nagelsmann's going to Chelsea? H7, where did you hear this?
Well, HH, I don't think you want him. I'll be honest, I don't think you want Nagelsmann, bro. I'll be real with you. I don't think you like
Wait, hold up. H7, if it's between Julian Nagelsmann and this bomb, I think you know what the answer is.
HH, both of them. Do you know what they share? Do you know what they share in common? HH, both of them. They're both tinkerers, bro. They like to keep changing their teams a lot.
H7,
you won't like that.
H7. One guy has a Svenska Cupen, another guy has coached in the UCL. There are levels to this.
HH, you want Zidane, you want experienced guys, but you're not gonna want these young managers. I'm just telling you, bro.
Oh no, true, no. But I'm saying that if I had to choose between both of them, if I just have to choose, of course I want the Zid. But if it's Quidditch or Nagelsmann, I'm taking Nagelsmann over Quidditch. If I had to choose between both of them. No, but do you think Bayern made the right move?
They made a great move. Pep's kryptonite is literally defensive football. So if Nagelsmann goes in there, and think about it, he's going into. Tuchel has better players at Bayern than he had at Chelsea, bro. So if he goes in there parking a bus, bro, I think they can knock out City, bro, easily as well. Because City this season, bro, you see what Brentford? You see what Brentford?
What was Nagelsmann playing?
No, but you see what Brentford done to these lot at the Etihad, bro. Like, I think Bayern can do that, bro. They can legit do that.
Wait, hold on. J Swiss, what are you saying? J what are you saying about this though? Still the right move for Bayern?
Yo,
shake.
Yo, bro.
Shake. Smoke. Basically, you're not scared. You're not scared.
Yeah, but the thing is that people are judging. That speaking of the first 3 games, the last 2 games we convincingly beat Tuchel. Chelsea had no shot on target. Both games at home.
Was Kante playing?
Away.
Look. Yes, smoke. Post UCL tax. Post UCL hangover. Post UCL hangover.
And funny enough, bomb blast. When we beat Tuchel twice, he had a full preseason. Ooh. So this wasn't even when he came mid-season. When he came mid-season, that's when he actually beat us.
Yeah.
When he had a proper preseason, he had no answers.
I think it's the best tactician, in the world.
No, hold on.
Yeah, but that's before his wife divorced him.
What are you trying to say, Don? Are you saying Thomas Tuchel and Bayern Munich ain't nothing to you?
Wait, hold on. So, Jason, are you back with your mic, man? Shake.
Oh, he says he has break internet.
Yeah, break.
Oh, okay. Shake has internet. So wait, Bumpers, you want to respond to what Smoke said, and then we'll get out of here.
You can't compare the Chelsea team with the Bayern team. I hear you, and it was. I think you won 1-0, but Chelsea didn't really have a say in the game. I mean, your performance was convincing and all, but you can't really compare. I don't think Thomas Tuchel was actually backed properly, and there was a huge smoke of controversy. He didn't know who the owners were going to be.
When you say backed properly, should I give you the numbers, the figures they spent?
Bro, he was cheating on his wife.
Nah, he won. Hey, don't smoke.
And the reason why we won 1 is because we didn't have finishers. We kept missing. Right, this was before.
What are you trying to say? I want to hear what you're trying to say.
Bro, they had Timo Werner up top, bro.
But they won with Timo Werner, so.
Timo Werner have it up top, bro, and it's still beat.
I couldn't wait for that game before. Now I really cannot wait for that.
Vate is here with his notebook. Vate is here in his classroom.
So we're about to go, but Vate is coming in clutch, coming in at the buzzer, man. Vate, sir.
I was moved.
Is this advantage City, or are you now worried? Okay.
By the way, Professor, you're late. The class was already
Vator Clinton. Are you? Is it Clint? Okay.
What's with this Vader Clinton business?
Because you talk like a politician and so forth. Hopefully, you didn't do anything with Lewinsky and everything. Shout out to Monica, man. You did your thing. So Vader, talk to me. Okay. Actually, no. Give me the 2 flex. First of all, Bayern, right move or bad move, and does it change things for the quarterfinal with City?
Okay, the Bayern part I'll deal with first, and it's very interesting because we hear all this. It's about Champions League. Every club, they want the Champions League. That's what everyone's directed towards. I believe this man just got fired because of his standings in the league. I think he just got fired because of what he's doing in the league. Nothing to do with Champions League, because Champions League, man, he was breezing through that thing. Dealt with PSG, and he's on to the next. The standings right now.
He's 1 point, and they play Dortmund in the next game.
1 point is not enough for Bayern, not in that league. 1 point is not enough.
I got Vata. I don't think that's why he was sacked.
No, Vata's coming.
Listen. I've been doing my study. You know this. Look, I'm in the classroom still. Emergency hangout, emergency classroom. I'm going through my notes again. 1 point is not enough. Bayern Munich should be controlling that league. That's why the man got fired. Now, is it advantage City? I got tons of notes on Tuchel. I heard Don Smoke. My guy, shout out to Don Smoke. Always keeping it real. Smoking y'all every time. Tuchel has been figured out. Tuchel has been figured out. Now,
is that what we're saying, yeah?
That's what we're saying, because all I can go off of recent history. The last time I had to deal with Tuchel, You guys want to talk about the first time I met him. Talk about the last time I've been meeting up with him.
Lukaku tax, man. Come on, man.
Oh, there's always some type of tax, man. Tuchel got slapped up, and then he got sent, gone. He's left. Now he's back. We already know what to expect from him. He's gonna get 7-8 men to defend that 18-yard box, and then hope for the best when we go back over at the Allianz. But Pep's been preparing for this. Pep has been preparing for the Tuchel-type managers out there. So is it advantage? I believe so, because the man's got 2 weeks to do something. And then if the man has 2 weeks to do something, what's he going to do? You think he's going to have expansive, creative, offensive football? Nah, man. He's going to be like, listen, bunker down, make it tough. Let's hope for the best, and maybe we'll go to penalties. Because the last time the man's been in cup runs, he's been going to penalties and not getting the results that he wants.
Victor, don't do that. Mount's played against us. Mount's played against us. If not for Mount, we get a dub.
You have to factor these stuff in, bro. Like, you guys were playing against Havertz, Werner, Mount, Ziyech, Pulisic. Think about it. Callum Hudson-Odoi, bro. Now think about the attackers you're going to come up with.
Wait, hold on. Let me get this. So, shout out to your boy, Abris Fairman. Remember, HH said Luis Enrique deserves no credits for the 2015 treble, yet he wants him at Chelsea over Grammy P. At Chelsea spending 150 mil. Bro, I'm hearing the Vic is coming all the way through. No. In recent time, I have given more credits to Luis Enrique for the MSA thing and so forth. But yes, Vic says he likes Chelsea and London is his preferred destination. Look, all I'm saying is that that Bayern Man City game, it has taken another dynamic. See, Victor, I don't know. Smoke, I don't know, because my thing that at one hand, Tuchel pimp slapped him like Cat Williams in that UCL final and so forth. But
with Mason Mount,
but Pep may have figured it out after that game. I need to see what happens to this W, because that Citibank game, it was already a massive game. It's now taking on a whole new dynamic. It's taking on that sixth dimension. It's going to that Sakini. Samasi, talk to me. Come to you later. Samasi, talk to me and then come to you later. Samasi.
Before the second, it was actually 50-50. Now they're absolutely gonna slap us. It's gonna be embarrassing.
Oh, I'm loving these dudes.
Come on. This was reverse jinx.
Pep has Tuchel's number. He knows how to beat him.
So why didn't he use that number in the biggest game of his career?
He has Chelsea's number, not Tuchel.
Samasi and Dan Smoke and Veta are right. Manchester City were earning hard, but Pep Guardiola are completely going to destroy Bayern Munich.
And Man City are finding their form. I'm watching their Premier League games. They're finding their form. They're finding Haaland. Haaland is scoring good. So
Erling Haaland has never defeated Bayern ever.
You have to have hope.
It was with Dortmund. Man City are 3 times.
But that's what aren't you guys doing that with Tuchel?
Bro, all you guys need to think about is if Man City make one mistake in possession, Bayern will be on their goal within 2 passes. Think of the transitional players that we have. One mistake.
Ruben Diaz.
Pep can't get pimp slapped by Tuchel again in the UCL. He doesn't want that on his record. He doesn't want that on his record. He can't have that on his record. He cannot have that on his record. I told you, this game has now gone into a whole new dimension, because here's my thing. This game has become a narrative game. Veto, take notes. Veto, take notes right now. Take notes right now. If Pep loses, this lep stream, it's going to be a lep stream. You know 12? Lep stream. It's going to be a lep stream, because not only you go out, but you go out to Tuchel again. It's going to be a lep stream. If Pep beats Tuchel, bro, Nagelsmann should sue for. What? You know he should sue. I don't know what he should sue, but he should sue. Nagelsmann should take Bayern Munich and Bombas to court for false imprisonment. For false imprisonment, he should sue. Okay, hold on. Video.
So you didn't have it on the screen very long, but the standings with regards to the Bundesliga, I think that's important to look at. And I mentioned this the last time I was on the show, because I've been doing my UCL studies, and the reason why I'm happy on this side of the bracket is because Real Madrid, they've got to deal with their league standings, right? Bayern, they got to deal with it. It's not a comfortable, we've got this in the bag, we can just coast and focus on Champions League. But this is why it's important to look at. because I have my doubts with regards to Tuchel and winning the league. Wasn't that the problem that he had over in the Premier League?
That's right.
Wasn't that
Again,
the problem?
you can't do
No,
this.
let me
Veta.
finish,
Even
man. I'm going through my notes.
Let's let Vita.
Let
Now
him
the thing
cook.
is, you see the standings right there. The pressure that we want to talk about. You want to talk about Pep and the pressure over Pep. Yeah, okay. Man's won 4 and 5. He's trying to get a 3-peat. But I hear you with regards to the pressure. This what's happening right now. Man got fired. Nagelsmann got fired. Let go mid-season because of the standings. Had nothing to do with Champions
I
League.
don't think so.
Because
bro.
the
Not
man
the
was
standings,
comfortable in the
bro.
Champions League.
I agree
Was
with
he
Vita.
comfortable
No, I
last
agree
season?
with
Was he
Vita.
Vita, that's
comfortable?
wild. No. Vita, you can't sack Vita. I don't care how high your standards are. You can't sack a guy who is 1 point.
It's not got nothing to do with the
You
league,
can't
Vita.
sack a guy who is 1 point behind the leaders and he's playing them the next game.
I disagree.
Okay, now cool. Now,
Okay, hold on, Vito.
now you're telling me he got fired because of what he was doing in the Champions League? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
No. My thing is, Vito. I'm saying that something behind the scenes happened. Disagreements, arguments, something.
It had nothing to do with his league or Champions League performance.
Oh no, Vito. That's maybe parts of it and so forth. That may be a smokescreen, but it makes no sense with 25 games to go. 1 point behind to sack him solely based off the league position. That is wild. Because see, here's the thing: if they had lost to Dortmund in next weekend, I still think it's crazy, but it would make far more sense. The fact that you are about to play Dortmund, so you've not even given him a chance to actually lose to Dortmund. To sack him before that Dortmund game is crazy. Because here's the thing: what if he beats Dortmund? He's now first. Now sack him.
I hear
but
you.
Tuchel gets
I hear you.
extra
Let me say this real quick, and then I'm gonna fall back.
Yeah.
The reason why I agree with you, HH, and you have one of the best analysis over on Twitter, talking football. The behind the scenes talk.
The
behind the scenes talk on why it was maybe something not related to football, why he got fired. I agree with you because you're very familiar with that. You're very familiar with that, with what happened with Tuchel. So maybe you see things that I don't see, and that's what's happened here again. Because what could possibly be the reason? And I'm gonna ask the Bayern fans, why did he get fired?
Because he lost to Leverkusen.
I told you, man.
Nah, I think they. You know what? I think they'll think about the City tie, and they looked at last season him getting knocked out by Villarreal. Unai Emery.
Thank you.
Nah.
But H7, they've done really well in the UCL. You see, H7,
but
H7, if they did solely for the UCL, these guys are bombs.
Wait,
they are bombs.
Nagelsmann,
if you sacked him for the UCL, mainly you are bombs.
Wait, HH, with Nagelsmann, did you have any hope that they're gonna beat City? Because I know they wouldn't.
No,
City.
Of course, no. It's H7 based on what Nagelsmann has done so far. Of course, there's an opportunity. Basically, when that draw was made, who said, man, City, they're done? We're like, let's talk. Now, City may be slight favorites and so forth, but we're like, City ban, let's go. Nobody will say that, oh my gosh, they're going to destroy that bum-ass young Nagelsmann coach. We're like, City ban, let's get it. Let's get it, you know?
Okay, one more question, HH. Who would you have more hope in to go up against City in 2 legs, bro? Tuchel or Nagelsmann?
H7.
Depends which
No. H7. Okay. My answer is, that's a weird because H7 in general, of course, I would say Tuchel. But look at the position he put Tuchel in. Now, if Tuchel had much more of a season, this was a team, he knew this team in and out, okay, cool. But the issue is, H7, you have to use context. Look at what Nagelsmann has done so far. Look at how good Bayern have been. Look at what Nagelsmann did tactically to PSG in the second leg. So my thing though is that he's already given you a great resume in this UCL so far to say, man, he deserves to go at Pep for 2 legs. H7, the Tuchel thing is you're playing with fire. Because you're like, hey, look at what happened with Chelsea. Because, normally, lightning doesn't really strike twice in the same way. Because you think that, look at when Chelsea had Tuchel in the UCL, look at what happened. Hey, the same thing can happen. H7, the world doesn't work that way. You're playing with fire.
You know where I'm coming from? You see, always how I used to view Bayern. I used to view them as a well-oiled, efficient machine, yeah. And ever since they had Nagelsmann, I never viewed them like that. I used to view them as like a fancy team under Nagelsmann. Now they're gonna get Tuchel back. I think he's gonna bring that back in. He's gonna make them into a well-oiled machine, much efficient. I think they're gonna go defensively, of course, against City because City got better midfielders than them.
Not really.
Wait, hold on. H7, there's Josh Are you sleeping on Josh? I sleep on Leon and Josh.
Listen, guys, I have to go real quick though. But one thing I wanted to say, because I'm gonna join the hangout in the weekend, we're gonna talk about Mesut Ozil, and my theory is reason why football has been. I think Pep Guardiola has destroyed football.
Okay, wait, hold on. Yes, what does it have to do with the Bayern?
No, I'm leaving. So
yes, I don't care whether you're leaving. What does that have to do with the Bayern? You know what, guys? On that note, guys, I will see you guys on the weekend. Yes, thanks for ruining everything like that. Thanks, Rooney. Peace out. Peace out.